Hello guys,
Hi, my name is Claire.
my name is Verimo and welcome to the Wine Safari. And if you're not new, welcome back. So today we're talking about American wines.
Yeah.
Why American wines?
Because we work with California Wines by Rose, which is a company that imports and supply American wines here in Kenya. And we mainly deal with Washington and California states.
Yes.
And today we want to give a few facts about American wine so that people can know that America produces wine. And America has been producing wines for over 300 years. California being the main state that produces 89% of American wines. The US is the fourth largest producer of wine worldwide, followed by France, after France, Italy, Spain. So it's a huge, producer of wine.
Yeah.
And the year 2010, they were at the top spot because of their consuming much wine, surpassing France.
So they produce so much wine that they are able to consume locally, and so much of it at that, and
They were able
also to distribute it all over the world.
Yes.
Another fact
is that now the 50 states have started undertaking in the production of wine. So the main states that produce the wines in the US is starting with California, as we had said, followed by New York, then Washington, then Oregon, and then Texas. That order.
there are 5.
Yes, there are 5.
So those
The
are
top
big,
5.
big in producing wine.
Yes.
But the one that produces the most is California.
Yeah.
As in, so you get now why they're called
Yeah,
California wines.
by Rose.
Yes. So to paint a better picture on California, geographically, it's the third largest state in the U.S. And in terms of landscape, it's one of the most diverse, has one of the most diverse landscape, considering its very long stretch of coastline and going, as you go on inland to the hills and valleys. And you find that depending on where a wine area is located, so say for instance, if a wine area is close to the coastline, these areas tend to be very good for growing wine, good for growing grape varieties such as Chardonnay and Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
And you find inland where there are hills and valleys, these areas are ideal for grape varieties such as Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. Now, climatic-wise, California experiences a Mediterranean-like climate, so you find that it's warm pretty much throughout the year. And this constant sunshine allows for long growing seasons, and you find that they are able to harvest grapes that are very well ripened.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the wines from California are very fruity and luscious.
Yes.
Yeah. When it comes to culture and cuisine, California is a multicultural state with influence from Mexican, Spanish, Asian, Eastern cultural roots, and so you find they have a very diverse cuisine. You experience a very diverse cuisine in California, as well as the languages and traditions. We do have popular grabs, like say for instance, if you travel to California, what you easily find is things like avocados. My avocado people. Napenda avocado. Yes, so avocados, tacos, and obviously along the coast, it's famous. California is famous for oysters. Now, something else to note is that California contributes about $50 billion to the country's economy, especially because it leads in agricultural production in the country. California is also famous for some cultural institutions and national parks.
Yeah.
So think Hollywood, Disneyland, Alcatraz. As we watched Alcatraz series, you know what I'm talking about. And also the Golden State Bridge. And the list goes on and on and on. Now, as a wine growing region, California categorizes its regions in a particular way, and these regions are called AVAs, American Viticultural Areas. Now, what these are is that they are defined geographic appellations with with unique climatic conditions and soil features, where you find that particular AVAs are famous for doing well with particular grape varietals. And you find that when you generally understand a particular AVA's climatic conditions and soil features, it gives you a good place to understand what is in a bottle. So, and that's quite amazing. When it comes to grape varietals,
Yeah. America is well known to have their main grapes that they make, they produce better
Yes.
quality or
Yes.
best. And examples, when it comes to white grapes, they do the Chardonnay, the Pinot Gris, and the Sauvignon Blanc.
yes.
Yeah. And then when it comes to the reds, the Pinot Noir, the Cabernet Sauvignon, the Merlot, the Syrah, and the Zinfandel, the 5 of them.
Yeah. You also find that unlike other wine growing regions, California growers are not restricted to growing, say, particular grapes. So if a particular vineyard is good for a variety, like an assortment of grape varietals, you find that California wine growers are free to experiment on condition that these particular vineyards are ideal for what the wine grower intends to grow.
Yes. And in order for an AVA to be mentioned,
Yeah.
the grapes that have been used to make the wine must come from that AVA. 84% of the grapes should come from that AVA or that area, cultural area.
Yeah.
Yes.
So an important question you should ask, and one that you're going to answer, is what put California wines on the map? I mean, why is it recognized as one of the best wine growing regions in the world? And a particular reason for this is a blind tasting that stands at the front when it comes to why California is recognized and has an acclaimed reputation for producing fine wines. And this happened during a blind tasting that happened in Paris, now called the legendary Paris tasting in 1976, May of 1976. Now what happened here is the one who organized this, a British wine expert called Stephen Spurrier. Then it was the French who had the say. They were the best wine producing country then. And what he decided to do, along with a colleague of his, he says, is that he had wines from California that were worthy of recognition, but were not yet recognized because, of course, we had French wines.
Yeah.
So he decided to put them against the benchmarks there. And to his very nice surprise, well, he was not expecting this. Wines from California held the two first positions, and the first position was held by a Cabernet Sauvignon from Stag's Leap Wine Cellars, and the second position was held by a Chardonnay from Chateau Montelena. And what happened is that these results, they changed the game in the wine world. Now the game was open to anyone because it was no longer a French position, and it was quite a pivotal moment for the history of American wines. So for you here, of course, just to bring the discussion quite so that it makes more sense, we actually have wines to showcase. So I have a wine from California, and she has a wine from Washington State. Now this is a Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley. Napa Valley is an AVA in the state of California, or call it California region. So this is a 2015 vintage, just to get through the basics fast. And it's made by a producer called Corn Creek, or the name of the winery actually. And yeah, it's a Cabernet Sauvignon. So Cabernet Sauvignon and Napa Valley are like a match made in heaven, because Napa Valley has the ideal climatic condition and soil characteristics to grow Cabernet Sauvignon, and that is why it's one of the most it's a renowned wine growing region, especially for Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's a pretty nice looking bottle, and the wine is quite amazing. What happens is that the winery sources its grapes from different AVAs, and this gives the winemaker a platform for which to blend grapes from different vintages. And the wine is definitely a sophisticated wine. You can tell from the bottle. So if you're looking to gift someone, it's one of our premium wines. This is the wine to go for. And yeah, for the holidays, look for Corn Creek. We have it here at the store, so don't hesitate to come and buy it.
Yeah.
We assure you, it's
You
also
like it?
yeah. You can either buy to collect, because we have wine collectors and those who actually buy and drink on the same day.
Yeah.
What happens is that being such a complex wine, it has to be decanted.
Yes. Yeah. And the fact that the people who love collected wines, a cab serve is very good for aging.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So this is a wine you can buy and keep in your cellar, or basically where you keep your collections for years, and then in a couple of years it gets even, it
Better.
appreciates in
Yeah.
terms of price, and it tastes even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next here is a Riesling. So Riesling is always sweet. Okay, not always sweet, because it can either be dry, medium, or sweet. So for us here we have a sweet Riesling, but we also have a dry Riesling. So this sweet Riesling is very refreshing and very easy drinking, because it's sweet. It's very good to pair with spicy food,
Yeah.
like pilau and chips masala. It's good to pick it if you're going for a picnic. And then the Riesling is also refreshing, especially when you're having it at warm climate,
On a hot
day, you know, because you chill it before
you have it. General
So, yeah.
rule for white wines.
For white wines.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's from Washington.
So with all that said and done, we know now, at least we are sure that you are aware of American wines and that we have them here in Kenya.
Yeah.
So please buy, drink, and enjoy these wines.
Yes.
No one should miss out on what they have to offer.
Yeah. So thank you so much for giving us your time. Now we have come to the end of our video today. So see you next time, same place, same people, and thank you so much for watching.
Bye. Take care of your wine.
Take care of your wine.